Hello, welcome to The Good, the Bad and the Fixable, a new series from Shopify agency Radiant. Each episode, our team of UX and UI designers will be taking a look at a different e-commerce website to have a look at what they love and what they think could be improved. My name's Matt, I'm not a designer. I once painted my living room lime green and had to Google what a top nav is, so there won't be much in the way of design insights from me. However, I've got two UX and UI experts from our design team, Leanne and April, with me who will be critiquing today's website. Hello both.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello,
Thanks
thanks
for
for
having
doing
us.
this. Oh, no problem. So, Leanne, could you start us off by telling us which website we're going to be looking at today?
Yes, so today we've decided to take a look at the Rheal Superfoods website.
So, yeah, let's take a look at the website and see what you think. Start with the navigation, maybe.
Yeah, let's look at the nav. I'm guessing under the blends you can shop by, I think that's like your issues. So like for immunity, for energy, for skin. And
Yeah.
then we've got a shop all as well. So I guess you would shop by what your main concern is and how you want the product to kind of help with that.
Yeah, I think so. It's also like it takes it to like a collection page in relation to that issue, sort of energy or skin.
Yeah, we perhaps
Yeah.
we have a look at mobile nav.
Yes.
Be interesting to see how that translates. What happens if you click on one of those? So click on the superfood blends because that obviously, so it takes you to the collection page. You
Collection.
haven't actually got the sub nav items
No.
under. So if you go back to superfood blends, you don't have any of those subcategories like immunity, gut health. And I would assume as well that the majority of these users would be shopping via mobile.
Yeah.
So they're actually missing the benefit of those subcategories. For products as well, that CTA at the bottom seems a little bit disjointed. If that was me, I'd possibly want to move that a little bit higher up under the main nav items.
Yeah, it gets a little bit lost, doesn't it, between the socials and the smaller. I was going to say it might be nice if somebody's new to have some sort of visual aspect to it. So
Yeah.
some imagery in relation to the different sort of blends or the different areas that they can showcase. Bit more informative because don't users normally shop with their eyes, as they say.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the homepage and what you both think of the overall branding. What do you reckon, Leanne?
I really like the branding actually. I think it's quite creative. I love how they've brought these sort of shapes in, and I'm a sucker for rounded edges on content at the moment. I think it looks quite nice.
Same. I really like the branding too. I like the colour scheme. I think they're using, the 60-30-10 rule quite well.
What's the 60-30-10, sorry?
So it's to do with how you use colours. So 60% would be like your background colour. So that would probably be the white. 30 typically you would use for all of your fonts, so the dark green, and then 10 is like the accent colours, so the CTA buttons. It does vary from brand to brand because obviously some brands have more colour in their colour palette, so they'll have more of a variety of colours. So it doesn't always apply, but it's kind of like general rule of thumb.
Interesting. Okay.
I think in terms of content, it would be nice to see if you scroll down. So it isn't until section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you get a product carousel.
Yeah.
So if you scroll back up to that, it possibly would be nice to have that a little bit further up so that users can kind of understand, when they land on the page, exactly what the brand offers, because you only really get that in the nav. What do you think, Leanne?
Yeah, I agree. Normally when people land, they'll dive straight into sort of shopping for the products. Obviously, it's nice to have sort of an overview of what the product is,
Yeah.
different areas you can go to, but more often than not, people will just go straight for the products. And especially if you're familiar with it, you don't need to do that searching for the information. So you just want to dive straight in.
What I do like, that section underneath the hero, if you scroll back up for me, I think that's quite nice in terms of like it being intuitive. If you're new to the brand, you're not sure what you need, I think that would go to their quiz and you've got all of the different icons underneath. So I do like that section.
I think that would be nice as well in terms of around these icons here, like a little bit more information on these so people can understand. Because obviously if someone's going for like energy or focus, they'll probably understand that straight away. But I suppose if they're not too sure what they're looking for, but they've got a rough idea, it might be nice just to have a little bit more information on those. We've got some user-generated content and reviews here, which is quite nice.
That is nice. It kind of makes it seem, I was going to say real. Oh, haha. Yeah, it does seem more real. Back to the product cards, we can probably address this more when we go to a collection page. It possibly would be nice to see more kind of like information. It's quite difficult as designers to find the balance between keeping product cards really minimal and simplistic,
Yeah.
but also ensuring that they have enough information for a user to click through.
Yeah.
I know they've got that short excerpt of text, but sometimes, like, with Tropic Leanne, we have like the bullet point listings of like the key benefits of a product.
Yeah.
To me, that might help sell, or even like product card tags that can help you categorize the product with like immunity or gut health.
Yeah. I think that would work. I think it's easy for users as well to break down that information when it's in smaller chunks rather than sort of sentence.
I would say as well that variety box, the alignment there, you've got that excerpt centralized, whereas on the other ones they are left aligned. And also that button, the quick add button or the add to cart, is a little bit higher up.
Yeah, it looks like it's just jumped up with them not having a two
lines.
Why don't we take a look at the collection page?
Yeah.
Let's jump across to that. Yeah. So moving onto the collection page, what are your initial thoughts, Leanne, on this?
I do like it. It is quite simplistic in terms of what they have and it's easy to navigate. What did just throw me there though is the navigation's a bit disjointed to the homepage.
Well, where is the navigation?
Yeah, it sort of takes you out into its own section where you have to go back to the homepage to get back into the main.
Typically, like, it's just a basic UX practice is ensuring that your navigation is global.
Yeah.
And as you said, Leanne, while there is no navigation, you have to use that back button to go back to the homepage to be able to navigate through. It's difficult because they haven't really got a massive product selection. So you can actually see in that filter under benefits, you have got, probably if you filter through, it will show you the rest of the products. However, there are other pages for learn, about, which you can't access via the collection page. Also, they haven't really got like a header.
Yeah,
which they
looks
are.
Looks a little bit unfinished.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity as well with the hero copy. You can bring in the sort of the benefits maybe a bit more visually along the top. So it's, the hierarchy of the page flows a little bit better. So you can sort of filter out the products you needed.
I agree. I do really like that subscribe and save button. It's
Yeah.
not something that we see too many brands doing, but especially if you're a return customer or Rheal, who you may be completely sold on the product and want to continue buying on a monthly basis, it's nice to be able to see the options for pricing.
It is different, like you said. One thing I did notice as well is the add to cart. So when you're on sort of this collection page, we can see a product is added. But if you're on the home page, it reverts to not having anything there. Even though the product's still in the cart, you just can't see.
I think it's a little disjointed in the user journey because you've also got that pop-up at the bottom of the screen, which I'm assuming is not only does it show you the checkpoints to how you qualify for free shipping, but I think it actually acts as their side cart.
Expand it. They don't have like a traditional slide out cart. It sort of expands from the bottom, which I think can be a little bit misleading.
A little bit. It kind of not intrusive, but it kind of obscures the content underneath, like that pop-up or that static cart.
It does. Yeah, if you start filtering through the benefits and you start adding more products, it sort of hovers over the content. You have to scroll more to find the information.
Actually, what's funny as well, look at that notification banner at the top. Do you not think, is that increased in size? That green banner at the top?
I was just about to mention it. It's different. So it's, if we go back to homepage, the colours also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moving on from the collection to the product page, then how does that flow? Is that a third thing? Is it the same as the homepage, or?
Funny enough, it goes back to the main navigation.
So if they kept the collection page exactly like this, fine, job done. Like main area of kind of concern resolved. I think that's typically how you would view.
Yeah, because at the moment it feels like a bit disjointed. Because normally, obviously, you go from homepage, collection, PDP, but it feels like you're on homepage, you're taken somewhere different, and then you're taken back to the PDP, which is on their site again.
I like the image gallery. I really enjoy the 3 squares there on the right-hand side that show you the benefits.
Yes, those are nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
The benefits of the subscribe and save as well, I think is nice, especially because this type of product you would tend to buy on a monthly basis, or I don't know how long, 30 days. You can change the delivery period.
We have a little bit more sort of down here where they've sort of pulled a featured section out.
Love that.
I love when they connect the branding in the colour and style to the product. So this one's obviously like berry beauty, and they've used sort of that nice pink sort of mauve background. I love it when they tie stuff like that in with the products.
Can we just take a little look at that sticky CTA banner at the bottom and how, first of all, how it overlaps the cart?
Yeah.
So you can access the cart through the icon in the nav, but A, it overlaps, and B, I wonder if they're missing the trick with the information that we tend to see in a sticky CTA. So it tends to be product title, which would be Berry Beauty, the price. Sometimes you see variants, but perhaps the alignment. Typically users read from left to right, or like a F pattern or a Z pattern. It might be nice to see the actual add to cart button more right aligned and the rest of the content left aligned. I actually don't think they need that Trustpilot review in there either.
No, I was just about to say that, yeah, it's not normally something you would see in a sticky at the bag.
It's weird, isn't it? The F pattern and the Z pattern, that's the movement of the eyes around the screen, is it? Is that what you're referring to there?
Yeah.
So either read literally if you look at your screen and read from a Z or an F. It's different for every user.
So overall on that then, so we're saying that the sticky CTA, you'd perhaps include the price, remove the review, and maybe adjust the alignment of that.
Yeah. I like this. I like the recipe section, like how you can use the product. I always say with companies' PDPs, a lot of things that they miss, sometimes because they don't have the content. But what I love about Rheal is they've got enough content to be able to kind of show users how you can use the product. It's not just the benefits, it's kind of use case. So like, here are recipe ideas.
They have the imagery as well to back it up.
So overall, thumbs up really for the product page, just with a couple of tweaks needed.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So we saw earlier they've got some kind of quiz on the site that I think you can take to determine what are the best.
I like the placement of it in the nav.
Yeah.
What would be nice is typically with quizzes, you see like how many steps or how many questions. So like 1 out of 5, or it's just to kind of show the user the progress, or even like a progress bar. So like if you're on step 3, you'd have it like show halfway mark.
Yeah.
So I think having some kind of indication as to, okay, I've only got 2 more questions left, I can manage this.
So a bit more than it'll take about 90 seconds, kind of how many steps it is maybe, or something like that.
Yeah. And it would be nice as well if they brought maybe some of that branding in from the homepage and the PDP that they have, like the colours they use as well. It would be nice to sort of maybe see, rather than just sort of the full green.
Yeah, it's a lot of green, isn't it?
Yeah.
That back button as well, it might be nice to see that further up, like at the top, like we'd have the back on the left and then the indicator on like next to it.
Again,
or can I don't think we've picked up on this. Most of the buttons are really rounded.
I was just about to say that.
We're so in sync.
Yeah.
But actually these buttons, they're pretty square with a slight radius on the edges.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the difference in terms of the one that's sat in the navigation to these ones here. So on this one, you can select multiple options, and I don't think that's very clear because I was expecting it to automatically go to the next question when I clicked running. Even a snippet of copy just to say like maybe if it's like select multiple. So they have it here. They've got select as many answers as you'd like. So maybe they need that like on their previous ones also.
Yeah, I agree.
Here we go. So it's sort of an email input. So obviously we'll see what it does.
Okay, so you can skip that, can you?
You can skip it. Yeah, I just wanted to see what it would recommend once we put the email in.
Okay. So they do give you instant results. What's that add to cart?
Oh, is that what it's recommending underneath? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So these are the recommendations. That they're giving you, but I think maybe that add to cart's in the wrong place because it's sort of asking you to add to cart before you've even seen the product.
I also think this page could be designed a little bit nicer instead of having them stacked one on top of the other, because some people might be a bit lazy and just pick the first one. Maybe they could be like side by side with nicely designed like product cards. There's a lot of information in each of those. And I think they're trying to take the information from the PDP and condense it into this kind of results page. I think if it was designed a little bit differently.
It would be nice to see it branded up though, how they have the homepage and PDP.
It feels a bit different again from the rest of the site, doesn't it?
Yeah, so if I add all those to cart, what happens?
So you don't actually see that they've been added. You know, like you get like the notification to see added to cart.
I'm not too sure it has been added to cart.
No.
So that button, let's go back. I don't think that button actually works, that first add to cart.
If I hit view cart,
the cart at the top
it
right
takes me.
Oh,
It's took me out of their website and onto a different tab.
This is the cart page. So if you go back to the main screen and you click on the cart icon on the top right,
It
that
just shows.
opens the pop-up, which doesn't change the URL because it's a side cart, essentially. What that link that they've reverted you to in a separate tab is their full cart page.
That's very misleading.
We normally recommend having a side cart anyway because you can still kind of navigate through the rest of the site without having to go back and forth.
Yeah.
But more often than not, what we see in a side cart is a clear button that says view full cart,
Yeah.
and which would take you to this page.
Have you got the items you originally added plus the stuff from the quiz? Is that all in there now?
Yeah, so the Berry Beauty was the one I originally added,
And then it's put all the
and then
quiz
the
data as
rest
well. Yeah.
is in here. But obviously on the... Oh wait, it's added it in now.
Okay.
So now I've ended the quiz and it's done a refresh. It's now added it into their side cart.
So it's a bit disjointed there. That could be
is.
remedied. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I think the cart placement is just a little bit too out there. If there's a way they can kind of change it so that it's more side cart rather than sticky in the way,
Yeah.
pop up in the middle sort of thing.
I think it would benefit. I think the flow would work much better as well. It wouldn't feel a bit disjointed. And again, if they can get sort of a see shopping cart or go to shopping cart in there as well.
Yeah. Do you know what I love? What they've done there. Not every brand does it. Cocoa Dream or Berry Beauty, whatever, they are in your basket. So instead of add to cart, you can change the quantity. And that, chef's kiss. And I actually hate saying chef's kiss. That was nearly sick in my mouth when I said that. However, it is chef's kiss because
It is nice.
I already know it's in my bag. And if I want more, I can add more. They've done that really well.
Yeah.
The best thing for me they've done on this site.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than re-adding a product in to go through to check out to find that you've added it in
Five
twice.
in there, and I don't check, and then when it comes, I'm like, "Why have you sent me 5?" Yeah, love that.
Okay, that's good. So to wrap up then, I suppose, overall, we're saying it's a really lovely looking website, nice branding, just some recommendations how they could perhaps improve that user journey in the purchase process.
I think there's definitely opportunity from a UX perspective to really help improve their user journey, but also would impact their conversions as well. And there's simple changes. It's not like you need to rebuild the whole site. They're just quick, easy fixes.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to sort of recreate new regions, change things around. It's just small enhancements that I think would just sort of elevate them a little bit further.
Can I just caveat that with, we're only looking at what we're seeing. We normally, just as UX designers, we would want to see analytical data. We'd want to look at real-time user data. Now, we obviously don't have access to that. So this is very much our opinion based on experience within the industry and other brands of what's worked well and what hasn't.
Yeah, I think that's valid, April. All right, well, thank you both. That was good. Thanks for watching The Good, the Bad and the Fixable. If you're an e-commerce brand and you'd like your website to be critiqued by our team, drop us a line. If we feature your brand, we'll also send you a free mini audit with our designers' insights and recommendations. You can find us at buyradiant.com. Thanks again.